want people to be able to get from my books is a sense that whatever I am writing about is easy to do. I want people to read my books and say, well, I could do that tomorrow, because in my books, I don't get into a lot of philosophical types of conversations. I'm very practical. I have done this work. I've also tried to help organizations accomplish some of these goals. I know it's difficult. I see no need to make things any more difficult. I like to pare it down to some very simple strategies with some great stories to support them. I believe my stories are the things that make that connection. I believe the strategies are the things that give people hope that they can make a difference. Sometimes people say, well, Liz, what do people do with your books? Well, of course, individuals buy them, they read them. Hopefully they get some good tips from them, implement them, and make things better. But then there are some organizations that get far more creative. Many organizations have their teams read the books kind of as a book club, whether it's an individual department or an entire leadership team. And then they sometimes break out into groups. I have seen many organizations where each smaller group will take one chapter and do a report on it. They get very creative. Sometimes they do posters. I've seen videos. And folks then use that information to kind of spread it throughout the entire organization. On my audiobooks, I've recorded all 3 books, and they're available on CDs as well as streaming. And sometimes what folks do with those is they will play just one chapter as an in-service. And so my portion maybe takes 20 minutes of listening to me read a chapter, and then the team sits and discusses and uses the rest of their hour to discuss and really talk about how they can take those points and make them their own. Sometimes people ask me, are your speaking topics the exact same titles of the books? Most often not. There are some organizations that will ask me very specifically to come in, and they love to do the Eat That Cookie theme, because then, as you can guess, we've got cookies all over the place, and I have seen people do cookie trivia. They've done baking themes, and that's just sweet and nice. But for the most part, my talks are a combination of all 3 books. And so if I'm talking to staff or team members, I will take some of the culture from Eat That Cookie. I will still take a little bit from Hey Cupcake, We Are All Leaders, because everyone needs to do a little work around leadership. And then, of course, I can't get on a stage without talking about service excellence. It's such a part of all that I do. So I would say more often than not, my speaking topics are a combination of all 3 books rather than just focused on one book per se.